Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Broke Black Critics featuring myself, Romello, Catoire.
And Remy, what's up, man?
So, if you just now tuning in, we got a pretty interesting topic. One of my favorite, how can I say this? Pieces of media out there.
And this is something that we normally don't do.
Yeah.
So
this is Smack. We're going to address Smack and URL. This whole all the controversy that's going on in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And some of his disgruntled battle rappers. But basically, I've been following Smack for quite some time now. I bought numerous DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the first Summer Madness. I was there. It blew my mind. I don't really like concerts and all that good stuff, but I love the live, lyrical battle. That atmosphere was just crazy. I can't even explain how it was, but
And if this gets out to Smack, I've never been. I want to go. A free ticket would be nice.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't 75 bread when I went. But shout out to Smack, no. But basically, we want to speak on like the state of the URL right now. A lot of controversy with battle rappers, like I said, being disgruntled with the business aspect of Smack, and then there's a lot of controversy with people not understanding what it is to have a business. And we've looked at it across the board from everybody's different perspective. And then we're going to talk about the incident at Summer Madness 3, which caused the event to get shut down.
Correct.
So first and foremost, Mav Hoffa, allegedly, because I wasn't there, I don't know, he punched Serius Jones in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? During the battle. And it's supposed to be in the contract where you're not supposed to, attack the opponent or you won't get paid. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I think that's in every contract. And all the battle rappers agree to it. And it's very physical. It's very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? People get close to you. They might bump you. They might put their hands in your face, spit on your face, all that good stuff. And it's understood and it's in the contract. Yo, you keep your composure. So just to jump right into it, first things first, why did Mav hit those? I mean, why did Mav hit Serius Jones? Now, my opinion is like this. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have hit him off the rip. You know what I'm saying? But based on his explanation, I understand where he was coming from. Point blank.
Listen, I understand where he was coming from as well. But as you stated yesterday, when you put yourself in that kind of environment, would you say that's stimuli?
Yeah, that's stimuli. And we were talking before the show, and famous author and professor, I think she's at Ohio State, Linda James Meyer said, I asked the question, like, why hasn't there been a solution to, like, all the crime and the drug use and, like, why we are the black race, specifically the black man, in such, of a struggle for so long? And she said, we are bombarded with various stimuli, and we are selective to that stimuli. And that made me think when the more Mav explained his case, I thought about that quote. And basically, you know what I'm saying, Mav, basically said, what, I woke up, worked out, had breakfast, and you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You can go check it out on YouTube. So he gave the spill of what happened that day. Now, with the discussion that me and my cousin here was having was very simple. When you put yourself in that type of environment, when that's the type of business that you run in, you run into these type of problems. Because, make no mistake about it, everybody here, and we're going to tie this into the people being disgruntled about money and stuff like that. All this street talk and flip-flopping from the streets to the business world, these are two different languages. People go to school for this.
Right.
Well, isn't that how... If you don't understand business, let me say that. If you don't understand business, it is very easy to get manipulated.
Yeah.
And that's everybody across the board. This is Smack, Beasley, Chico. This is all the rappers. Cortez. Clips.
Right.
And anybody else who had a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't understand what's going on, you keep talking this street nonsense, you get lost because you put that environment in. I'm sure the greenery was in the air.
Well, I mean, let's just, like I said, let's break down Mav's situation.
Okay, yeah.
Mav right now, he's the face of
what's going on?
What happened?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, he like, you know what I mean. Everybody's saying Mav ruined this, that, and the third. Okay, so Mav, you know, he said he woke up, worked out, had breakfast, went out to the event early, mingled with the people. You know what I'm saying? Showing love to everybody. It was a good day. Got held up by security. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's on the card. Why shouldn't he just be let in? And you know, because he's well known that he's gonna. Anybody at that event, whether you're working or not, you know who Matt Hoffa is, and you know he should be in the event if you know he's on the card. And I'm sure his posters all outside. You know what I'm saying? And everybody greeting him like he's supposed to be there. Like, I mean, come on, you know, security hassled him a little bit, so that he had to deal with that. You know,
he kept his composure.
Kept his composure. He went in. He said he didn't eat for a while. You know what I'm saying? So
he said he was
drinking, empty stomach. You know what I mean?
Said he got his 5-hour energy.
He went to go get a 5-hour energy drink, and then he went to start the battle. Mind you, he said he got there at 3, didn't get on the stage till about 11. That's 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking on what he said that was the course of his day. And during the battle, Serius Jones invaded space a couple times. And I'm sure he was agitated from the course of events. The adrenaline is high on that stage, I'm sure. And, Serius Jones, I guess, invaded space one too many times. And he said he blacked out and gave him the 1-2 bliggity.
And that's when I said the 5-hour kicked in. 5-hour energy. This should be a commercial for 5-hour energy. Because he said he blacked out. That 5 hours started to kick in. Nothing on his stomach, nothing to coat it. That jump went straight to his brain. The drink was in the air. People was in the audience weren't talking that yet. And he punched him. The stimuli.
And for those who don't know, the setting was New York City, New York. So, and that's a very hostile environment. Every battle rapper that's not from New York and the ones that's in New York know, they will say, and they will confirm that that's a very, very hostile environment. Okay? So he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, he punched him.
He punched him. And like I said, I think that, being in that environment, empty stomach, adrenaline high, somebody invading your space, you feel disrespected, you react. And he said that where I come from, the way I grew up, that's how we deal with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him on that. Now, like I said, he shouldn't have hit Serius Jones for his sake and for the sake of the culture. And everybody using the word culture, we're gonna get back to that. Now it's funny everybody using the word culture, but they mad about that money. So but we're gonna get to that.
I want to dive right into that.
Now hold on, before we get there. Okay. We're gonna another point we gotta hit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to point the finger and say who's to blame. Okay. Me personally, I blame the fans, and I'm gonna tell you why I blame the fans because, we talked about, and Remy's gonna touch on when it was about how hungry you were, and that's why the battles were classic back then. They were more classic back then in like 2005, 6, 7, 8 than they are now. And that's because
that's because Cortez made a comment where he was talking to, you can look it up. Cortez is talking about the money and stuff like that, and how much people should be paid and the treatment and stuff like that. But make no mistake about it, when they first started this battle rap thing, they wasn't going to make no money. It wasn't about the money.
Right.
It was strictly about the skill. Then all of a sudden, it became about the money. Money corrupts all. I said that in another show. But it's funny that all this will come out now when, let's face it, hip-hop, battle rap was the last form of hip-hop that was untouched. It hasn't been touched by the industry.
Right.
No one cared when they weren't making no money. Right. That's when everybody was going in. It was a beautiful art form.
Now let me interject too, because I know you about to hit the keynote on that one. But I blame the fans for this simple reason. I say, the fans, because when you go to a battle event now, they can't even get out 4 to 6 bars without being interrupted by the crowd.
Hold on. Or that Don DeMarco.
I blame the fans for Don DeMarco as well. but like I said, they can't. They're performing now based on the crowd
reaction
and the crowd reaction. They're studying all these battles. They said in every battle, I watch your battle this, I watch your battle that, and they playing to the crowds. Mm-hmm. Now you don't even have to say nothing that profound to win the crowd. Now you know what I'm saying. Say something controversial. Say something to expose them. Something that happened to them, whether they got stole or a picture or something that happened on throughout the social media. And you're going to get a crowd reaction.
Well, it seemed like they got to stop after every couple of bars anyway. Right. I mean, someone like
K-Shine.
Yeah, someone like K-Shine or B Magic. Mm-hmm. When you dropping jewels back to back to back to back to back, and it F's you up when the crowd makes you stop.
Yeah, and another prime example, you know what I'm saying? Big T hit on this. Like, you know, I think Rex would have had the edge over Averb in that battle. But the way that Rex rapped to Diddy in that battle was like, okay, you know, that's not Rex. You know what I'm saying? He was performing based on the crowd and based on the situation with the money and whatnot. So these battle rappers are really they're catering to the crowds in the stands at that point, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But when you battling somebody, it's about what you're saying more than, you know, what you're doing. And now, like I said, it's become more of a show. It's no question it's becoming more of a show now. And shout out to Big Cannon because he made a very, very, very valid point where that a battle should take place to the extent that it's just the artist in a room or something like that. It's recorded. You can hear the bars. You can get the performance to give the fans a sense of how they affect these battles.
No. I'll give you an example. One of the best battles that anyone can remember was when Cassidy, and this is no disrespect to Freeway, but when Cassidy killed Freeway, and who was in the studio? It was just them and other industry type people. I think Jay was in there. Mm-hmm. So this was in the studio, small space, classic, no audience. Mm-hmm. I mean, not audience in the sense that we talking about. Right. It was none of us. There was no regular people was there. This was just them.
Right.
And they gave you a classic.
Right. Now, of course, you have to have fans and patrons to make money, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we as the fans, I think we are ruining the culture just as much as the battle rappers who you say are choking in the first, second round, and they choking because they are expecting a response and they not getting it. And then when it is crazy how like nowadays, once the crowd react to artist bars, they got to go back and say that last bar again just to keep up with the flow of what they wrote down.
Oh yeah, to keep up with they messing it, but
right.
But now what has happened is on top of that, you take into the account that let's get something straight. And I don't mean to make this, and I'm not trying to make this a race issue, but anything that a black person does, if you want to mess it up, throw money. All they got to do is throw money at it. Like I said, this was the last form of hip hop that was not touched. This was hip hop.
Right.
Make no mistake about it. And this goes out to Smack and whoever else has the lead. Smack getting on BET. He on BET. He didn't get on BET without first going through Viacom. Some 1%ers that are manipulating the quote unquote culture. They didn't see. The problem is we don't see that because we not business savvy. You like again, the streets and business are two different things. You cannot compare the two. Just because Nino Brown was a successful crack dealer, don't mean he would be a successful CEO of a Walmart. Who is, if not more ruthless than someone like Nino Brown?
True indeed. Now, that was a great transition because now we need to address, Smack, Beasley, and whoever else is in, and basically running the organization. Now, in Mav Hoffa's defense, there should have been like some understanding that hey, I wasn't there. Maybe it would have been a wristband or something. You know what I'm saying? All artists should get a wristband before they even get to the venue. green wristbands, they walk in, no question. I mean, maybe you pat them down, whatever. They get in, no question. You know, and I understand that the security was extra tight at this event because you've had problems in the last event where it got shut down for whatever reason, and I'm sure that venue is extra cautious for the simple fact that it's battle rap. They know it's hostile. They know it's aggressive.
Listen,
you know what I mean. So they know something is coming.
Listen,
or they think something is coming.
That money, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Cortez touched on all of the stuff that he received from these other battle leagues. Mm-hmm. And these other battle leagues don't care. I'm not going to say they don't care. But if you already got money, mm-hmm. then you know how to allocate your money. Now, if I know if I'm going to give you 6 stacks to make 80, well then, yeah, you can have the 6 stacks. But it goes back to saying the streets and business are two different things. When you don't know business, people go to school for this. Right. Make no mistake about it. People get 4-year degrees, masters, or strictly on business. If you're not hip to the business aspect of it, then you done.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's another thing. Like, you gotta speak on, maybe Smack and them could have done something different or could have planned for it better. But what happened, and I think for future reference, I'm sure Smack is gonna plan for the worst next time and everything. It's a learning process, and I'm not giving nobody a pass, and I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm trying to discuss this across the board because a lot of people are just pointing fingers, whether it be at Mav Hoffa uh-huh. or Smack. Or whoever, and really, people should just really have an open mind and think about the situation as a whole. And listen, you should have this kind of conversation, like, okay, why this happened? What could have happened better? You know what I'm saying? Why you think he did that? What? You know what I'm saying? What could have been done better to make this brand better? And you made a very, very, very valid point. And you said it's funny how something to do with black businesses.
Oh, when they want to destroy a black business, mm-hmm. give them money.
Yeah, but then you said it's like whenever we have like a black business, something like that. Somewhere it always get infiltrated with some type of negativity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and I think that's what happened this time with Smack. But I'm certain, and I know they're gonna overcome this.
But see, the problem is this. What have they learned from this? Mm-hmm. Now, this goes to Mav. Mav, in my opinion, might have did something great. Mm-hmm. And this is no disrespect to Serius Jones. Mm-hmm. Serius Jones just happened to be the victim here. Mm-hmm. Serius, you 100. I got nothing bad to say about Serius. This is no disrespect to Serius Jones. Mm-hmm. Mav Hoffa's move might have been the greatest thing that has happened to the culture.
Specifically to the URL.
Specifically for the URL.
And the question we were going to ask was like, do you think Mav hurt URL or saved URL? Because we're thinking it from the aspect of, okay, Smack has been getting a lot of good publicity. Mm-hmm. Everybody's been on the bandwagon. Yo, it's cool. It's great. It's, what I'm saying? It's like the last pure form of hip hop. But, we thinking of it like, what? It might have gotten taken over. And with that being said,
it was going to get taken over.
Yeah, a lot of battle rappers are now mentioning King of the Dot. Now, I'm not even going to go into how where I'm from, when it comes to loyalty to somebody, no matter what happens, we address each other in-house. You know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? You don't let stuff that happen indoors leak or whatnot. And I think Star, a.k.a. Troy Terrain, spoke on that. Like, he got into it with Clips about, leaking out information that should have been kept in-house. You know what I'm saying? I feel Clips and I feel, Star on that aspect of it. But when you got all these battle rappers all of a sudden, and it's crazy. It's funny how one person say they mad about the money, then another person speaks out, then another person speaks out, then another mm-hmm. person speaks out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But they've probably been feeling a certain type of way for the longest.
Listen.
And you got Cortez, King of the Dot. Those are good white folk. They put our name in our books, they put our birthday and the address. They give us iPhone and iPad covers with our name with it. Those good white folks, Smack.
Listen. Listen. This, I'm telling you, at the rate that the artists are complaining, at the rate that it's going, I want y'all to listen to what I'm going to say. There will be some soft battle rappers that have taken over your culture because, like, again, this is the last pure form of hip hop there is. Period. Smack. The reason why Hoffa has saved this is because that you should not be trying to mainstream something that was never meant for the mainstream.
True indeed. You know what I'm saying? And but shout out to King of the Dot though. I mean, it's no, I watch a lot of King of the Dot battles, but we're trying to just make a point here that, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny how when something goes wrong, everybody's mad. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? I know it's been a little bit of small talk going back and forth about, so how much bread somebody should get and how ridiculous it was for Mook to get double 20 G's or whatnot. And I feel him on that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's these type of things take time. It might not be 20 years before Smack really take over the world. You know what I'm saying? These type of things take time. Whatever the planning agenda is, it is. But you know what I'm saying? It takes time.
Correct. And that's the issue here. It takes time. We are caught up in this fast money, fast life, that we forget that we need to build something for years to come. Smack, we all owe, in my opinion, we all owe Mav an apology and a bit of thanks, because you don't want this thing to blow up too fast, because the problem is, unless it's all about the money.
Right.
In which case, Smack, Beasley, and what's the guy Chico? They only in it for the money. But if that's the case, you selling out yourself and you selling out your culture. You don't need a battle rap in large venues. The crowd mess up the battle. Like you said, the crowds mess up the battle.
Yeah.
That K-Shine and Tay-Rock type of environment, even the joint with Averb and Hitman was in a little club. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the type of environment it should be in.
Right.
But these big venues, I understand. I guess I understand. If it's all about the money, it's all about the money. But money corrupts all.
Yeah, and back to Serius Jones, man. Look, man, you done did a movie. I enjoyed the movie. You've been on tours, you know what I'm saying, worldwide. You got a couple mixtapes, and I'm not mistaken, I think you got an album out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You 100%.
Yeah, look, this is no disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? And we understand the situation, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? You can retaliate if you choose to. I think it'll be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? For your reputation and your sake or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because next thing you know, it's gonna spark up something that's ridiculous. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're your own man. So, but I'm just saying that it wasn't that big of an issue where, you know what I'm saying, if we don't just deal with it and look at the grand scheme of things and the bigger picture, it can just go down the drain.
Look. If them two just need to talk it out like men. Just talk. Come down, talk, figure out what happened. But this is no disrespect. Like I said, Serius, you just happen to be a casualty for something that we are hoping is greater. Because this thing with battle rap was starting to get out of hand. Come on now, y'all. I want y'all to keep it real. I want y'all to be serious with yourselves here. Bow Wow as a host? Come on now. 106 and Pop? Come on. Y'all, what was you doing? That's not for the culture.
Right.
Because the culture, once you cross those lines, you're no longer in charge of what you think is your culture.
Yeah. And you're exactly right on that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, battle rap is raw and uncut. And there's no way you can do that on any type of televised station. I mean, whether it's like HBO or Showtime, where you can say what you want. But, I mean, I watched that score and what was it, Ill Will?
Don't cuss, nigga.
Oh, my God. That was so tailored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and Skull was one of my favorites too. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
but that was so tailored, it was ridiculous. I only watched one of those BET battles. And I'm sure a lot of the fans only watched that one battle.
And all you doing is getting these fair weather fans to come in, watch it. You know, like these fair weather hip hop fans. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at who hot now. These fair weather fans make people hot. They don't make music for the culture, as we would call it, a culture. Yeah. They make music for the money.
Right.
Which means that, hold on. Now this goes to a deeper subject. That means that the battle rappers are no longer going to rap for the love. Mm-hmm. They're going to start rapping for the money. Mm-hmm. And if they start rapping for the money, you're going to start getting all this watered down nonsense that you are starting to slowly creeping in, and you get the feel that it's starting to happen like that.
Yeah. And like I said, back to reference to Big Cannon, and Big Cannon and Mav Hoffa went back and forth, and Mav had made a great point that, you know, I'm talented, I work hard, I should get paid for this. This is true. Big Cannon was like, you know, we need to take it back to where it's about the love, and you hungry and you just trying to outdo the other artists. I feel him on that too. Now, I'm not saying that the fans are ruining anything. I'm just saying that the fans, we have a very, very, and I'm noticing we have a very, very huge effect on the battle rappers and how they perform. You have a responsibility as a fan, not to buy into the bullshit. Right, and I was amazed. The best performance I've seen, I saw live, was Calico. Everybody talk about, you know, Clips and Averb that night, but Calico really had the best bars of that night, and he beat Mav Hoffa that night. And Mav, I respect him. I respected him more that night for accepting his loss. Like, a lot of these cats, like, I ain't convincingly lose. This and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle. How can there not be a winner and loser? Sometimes it's iffy or it's questionable, but Calico put on a show, and the crowd really ain't take over that performance. You know what I'm saying? The crowd definitely took over the Charlie Clips performance, though. And then questions asked. And then you got a case where they give no real cut winner. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that you know, I'm cool with that. Okay. Because, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, because then it'll go back and forth. Yeah, it'll go back and forth, and people's records will be ridiculous. So I understand that not judging factor. You know what I'm saying? So I can deal with that. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you get bodied, it's clear that you got bodied. Point blank. Don't mess with the culture. Yeah. Thank you, Mav, for bringing it back. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't learn nothing else, because what I'm afraid of is this: all these fans talking about they need to do this to Mav, they need to do that to Mav. They don't need to do anything but thank that man. Well, was he wrong? Yeah. Was he wrong for the punch? I'm not saying he was right. But he saved, if they jump on this now, he saved the culture. Yeah. But like I said, I don't want this to become a trend, though, because, you know, since it's gonna be another person, a sucker, to be like, you know what, I'm getting smashed in this ring. No. And you know, I'm saying, and Mav gave a valid explanation. Like I said, there's no excuse to, you know what I'm saying, lose control of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like Daylight made a very, very valid point. Somebody could have died out there, and that's the low end, the worst part of the potential of what can happen when something like that pop off. You know what I'm saying? But again, when two battles got canceled, somebody mad about money. I'm sure Smack running around, running and ripping to make sure that certain stuff is getting taken care of before people exit the venue, making sure the venue don't get trashed. And that's another thing. Like, we didn't really touch on the business aspect of it and why these battle rappers shouldn't be as disgruntled as they are, because it is business. And when you put your name on something, when you sign in these documents to rent out these venues and stuff, at the end of the day, it comes back on you. Somebody can pop off, bust something, you know what I'm saying, like damage the walls and all that stuff. And that's on Smack and them. I feel them on that. And like I said, I don't know what's going on per se. I just hope that these battle rappers and even the fans understand that this is a business. Everybody need to, you know what I'm saying, take a chill pill. And if you feel a certain type of way about the money, read the contract, don't sign it. That is true. You know what I'm saying? Read the contract and don't sign it. If you ain't getting enough money, don't sign it. And one thing about Mook, I'll give him credit for this, he didn't come back until he got the number that he wanted. His battle was horrible. He picked the no disrespect to Iron Solomon, he picked the weakest possible opponent to come back and battle. And he got his bread. He from Harlem, right?
Harlem, yeah, he's from Harlem.
He hustled that deal to the T,
and then
that's hustle.
And then another thing about the venues and stuff like that being too big. And again, I'm going back to touch on what you said. That stimuli was in the room heavy.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, everybody drinking, everybody smoking. Something bound to pop off.
Yeah, and like I said, Linda James Myers, I'll never forget. We are we're constantly bombarded with stimuli, and we are selective to that stimuli. And you think about that, that's as deep as it goes as far as how we react, why we do what we do, and why we in certain situations that we in. From everything matters.
And one more thing, if it's about family, and this goes to the people who run Smack, if it's about family, this goes to the people who run the battle rappers. The money shouldn't matter, but they should get paid.
Right.
If you gonna call yourselves a family, so pay the people.
Yeah.
And battle rappers. It's give and take here.
Yeah.
You got to get paid, but go back to having fun and doing it for the love.
Yeah, and then too, like, it's plenty of leagues out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stop being lazy. There's a lot of lazy battle rappers out there.
Cause Math, damn sure, made it come up 10 battles in 1 year.
Yeah, Math. And like I said, that's why I can't. Me personally, I can't come down hard on Math for real. I mean, what he did was silly. But he set the blueprint for you to make a living off of battle rap. He showed you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Math he's up there, top 5, top 10. He's that nice. And if you're not that nice, step your bars up. You know what I'm saying? Stop waiting 2 or 3 days before the battle to start preparing for the battle. You know what I mean? Get your bars up, perfect your craft. You know what I'm saying? And get out there, hustle up. Call the battle leagues if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I would shout out to what's the name of the battle league, man? Man, I'm so mad at myself right now for not knowing the battle league.
Listen,
but who was in the A? And Arsenal hosted the battle or whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? Them cats got it in. I ain't know not one battle rapper in there, but it felt like an official battle rap event.
Listen,
and I got that footage too. I'm gonna drop that footage soon.
And please, Smack, release those battles that did happen, cause I have to see that. I gotta see that old red Big T.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I gotta see that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry. One last point I want to touch on. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a video editor myself. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I meant to speak on the business aspect of earlier. If you got people paying to come to these events, right? You shouldn't expect somebody to rush to drop the footage because you didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? The people that went there, they get that experience. And honestly, you're not paying for these battles to drop and whatnot. They drop them when they want to. And
I'll pay for that one.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of people complaining, like, the pay-per-view thing, they should pop that off because I know a lot of people will pay up to about $10, $20 to watch these battles. You know
Smack, one more thing. Y'all need to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Don't go with BET, even though you probably already signed a contract. But the rest of this stuff, y'all need to do on your own. I'm telling you, these people know how to infiltrate your stuff. They done did it to more than you. You are not the first. Before you look up, your own brand won't be your brand. It'll be a bunch of brothers in skinny jeans, tight shirts, talking about they battle rapping.
And then they're gonna be kissing after the battle.
Y'all.
But enough of that though. But like I said, we want to shout out to all the Smack URL fans, man. We want to shout out everybody that tune in to Broke Black Critics on a regular basis. You can catch us on Wednesday nights. You know what I'm saying, at around 9 o'clock. Shout out to my man True. Shout out to Pay Dirt. And shout out to everybody that supported us from day one. And I want to shout out Smack and Beasley and every single battle rapper, you know what I'm saying, out there. But I just want to quote the hottest battle rap bar ever. Alright? No syrup, still good with that butter like a pancake.
Good!
And I'm out.
Right? Hey. I wanted just somebody in the Chaos yell out Jesus.
Yo, it's been another Broke Black Critic conversation. Thank you for tuning in, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Jesus! Get me out of here!